Hi, I'm Jeff. I am your comic book and tattoo fanatic. This is part 2 of my first CGC slab comic books. This is a collection of just slabs that I bought on eBay. Doing a couple videos anticipating a bunch of CGC unboxings that I have coming back. Recently have been returned to the hobby, and I've been pulling books from my 8 long boxes, shopping on eBay, and going to my local comic book stores and just pulling a bunch of stuff together, anticipating some books coming back. Just want to get a few videos under my belt in order to determine how to do this, how to set it up, and how to share and go from there. So without further ado, again, this is part 2 of my CGC slabs. First up is Daredevil 181, The Death of Elektra. Nice key. Love Daredevil, love Elektra. Cool bullseye. Got a couple of those first appearances coming through once they come through. Next up is X-Men 139. Kitty Pryde joins the X-Men. This was just a hole in my collection. Saw it for a nice price and just bought it out. Next up, X-Men 148. First appearance of Caliban. I have this issue, but again, I saw it real cheap online. Figured I would just pick it up straight. Next issue, New Mutants 14. First appearance of Ilian Rasputin as Magic. Cool key issue. She has a few first appearances. One as a child, one as a teenager, and another, I believe, as the character Darkchild. Love the character. Buy a bunch of stuff just to follow this character. So, love the issue. Love the cover. Next up, New Mutants Annual 2. First American appearance of Psylocke and Megan, also known as Captain Britain's morphine girlfriend, who was also in Excalibur with him. Her first appearance is in a great Captain Britain issue. Some of his books from the 70s are pretty expensive. Her first appearance is definitely on the want list, but it's a little pricey. But still good key. Happy to have it in my collection. Next up, a Spider-Man, Spider-Woman #1. Current spec book. First appearance in her own solo series. Speculation of movie coming up. Not sure what Spider-Woman we're going to get. Might be her, might be Silk. But a great book to have in the collection. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man 361. First appearance of Carnage. Didn't really realize it at the time, but this is the second print. Still got it at a good price. Still good to have in my collection. Gonna have Carnage coming up pretty soon in the movies. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Next up, another Phoenix Resurrection, Return of Jean Grey. This is a signature series signed by Greg Horn. Few variants for this. Love the character, love the cover. Awesome signature series to have. Awesome to have in my collection. Next up, X Factor 38. The Death of the Goblin Queen. Love the Goblin Queen. Love the Inferno storyline. Next to the classic Phoenix saga, the Inferno storyline would probably be my second favorite. Signed by Walt and Louise Simonson. And have another issue of the Goblin Queen being signed by them coming up, and I'll share that as soon as that comes back. This was my first tattoo. Love it. and got that and was just obsessed and continued to keep going. Next up is X-Men 130, first appearance of Dazzler. This was in the heyday for me, near the classic Phoenix Saga. First appearance, cool key issue. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man 194, first appearance of the Black Cat. This was one of those issues that I kept trying to find in the Raw. I'm hoping I could find a good Raw copy so I could just get it CGC'd myself. But with the black covers can be really hard with grading, with color breaks and spine ticks. And I looked so many times and I just wasn't happy with what I got, and I just wasn't finding. So rather than try to take a chance of buying an expensive book and getting a bad grade, I just went ahead and bought it graded. And happy to have this in my collection. Would love to see the Black Cat in the MCU or Sony. Either way, cool character, awesome book. Next up, Uncanny X-Men 134. Phoenix becomes Dark Phoenix. This was the first slab that I bought. Love the character, love the storyline, classic. Love the X-Men 92 cartoon. I think they did an amazing job with the Phoenix Saga and the Dark Phoenix Saga. So close to the actual storyline. The Fox movies were okay, but without the Hellfire Club and the Shire Empire, it just is not the Phoenix Saga and the storyline that I know. So, next up is Ultimate 3-3 Incentive Store variant, Frank Cho. Absolutely love this cover. Got a couple more of these coming through. This one is really special to me because it is tattooed here on my arm. Absolutely love it. Next up is X-Men 50. Classic Stranko cover. This is actually the second appearance of Polaris. This is really high in demand, hard to find sometimes. Lost a couple auctions on this one, but I did finally get it. I do have X-Men 49 coming through, but I did buy that in the Raw. I have some older books, older than 1975, that I'm going to be submitting for pressing and cleaning and grading, but those are currently showing a due estimated of approximately 7 months. So I might be able to share with you maybe in May or June. So let you know as soon as those come through. Next up, Fantastic Four 36. First appearance of Medusa and the Frightful Four. Cool key with Medusa. I'm happy to have this in my collection. Next up, Journey into Mystery 103. First appearance of the Enchantress and the Executioner. Would love to see the Enchantress in the movies, MCU. Kind of a hard book to find, but happy to have this in my collection. Next up, Journey into Mystery 102. First appearance of Balder, Hela, and Sif. We've seen both Hela and Sif and all of them in the MCU. Cool triple key. 3 first appearances. So awesome book, awesome key. Happy to have in my collection. And next up, Fantastic Four 45. First appearance of the Inhumans. Really classic Jack Kirby cover. Yes. I do believe that once the Fantastic Four comes around, I do believe that the Inhumans will be revamped, and I do believe that they will give them a second chance. So I do believe that these, certainly not a cheap book, but I do believe that this does have room to grow, and I believe that this will continue to grow in value. So again, that's my first part of my collection. Looking forward to doing a bunch of CGC unboxings. I hope that you'll join me. Remember, the best books to buy are the ones that you want. So until next time, peace out.